Like when you go into a Zumba class, no one is like, yeah, I'm about to go to Zumba. Like everyone is very shy. They don't know exactly what to do, but we connect, and I let them know, like, it's okay. If you want to do a 2-step, it's fine. If you going left and I'm going right like I did, it's okay. We are going to have so much fun, and I'm going to be a leader and help you get to that next level. And that's where I learned, like, wow, like this leadership within me came out of nowhere. And I was like, wow. And I'm going in front of all these people and I'm like talking, like even now I was not good at speaking at all.
Sean, I was voted most talkative. I was voted most talkative, so I knew. I knew I was gonna be able to talk.
Yeah, I learned to just speak and speak from the heart and say how I feel, and it translated to my actual job because and I'm just segue a little bit. Like because I was Geek, the only way that they would not bully me was if I drew stuff for them. Yeah. So if I was doing something like, oh, that's dope, Shawn, I would draw comic books, Superman, Batman, all that stuff, and we would play action figures together. That was the only way they would not tease and bully me. So that was my way of connecting.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be an artist. So to school, went for graphic design. My mom was like, you gonna do art? Like you gonna be a starting artist? I was like, nah, Mom, it's gonna be on the computer. Ooh, the computer? Okay, you can make some good money on the computer.
I can hear your mother's voice and I don't even know her.
Like, yes, Mom, the computer. So I did that, got a job, and this was during the recession. Like no one was getting any jobs. I was literally designing to eat.
Yeah.
For a whole year.
Yeah.
Jelly sandwiches, man. Peanut sandwiches. And then I was like, you know what? The only way that I'm gonna get a job is to work for a bank because they ain't going nowhere. So I worked for a bank, and it was the best decision because it helped me to understand like my finances a little bit more. Yeah. Working for a bank also it was very broad. Yeah. And I got a chance to do a lot of different things. And I remember my boss going back to speaking and leadership, and he was like, I always wanted to be creative director. I was like, I'm going to be creative director. And he was like, Shawn, you don't have the leadership skills. Like, every year it was always, you don't have the leadership skills. Wow. Once I started Zumba, it started like that confidence started coming within me, and it started coming out in my job. I would do PowerPoint presentations to explain my art, and they was like, wow, this is different. And I remember I had a business card and it said junior graphic designer. Yeah. I crossed it out and I put creative director under it. I put it on my computer and I looked at that every single day. And maybe it was 3 years ago, my boss came up to me, was like, I'm leaving. I was like, what you mean you leaving? He was like, I'm leaving and you're going to be creative director. And I was like,
oh God.
The position didn't even exist.
Wow.
And it's just opened up the space. And I'm so big on manifestation, man, because that card, crossing it out, looking at it every single day and achieving what you always wanted, desire, putting the hard work into it, it will 100% come true.
Oh my God. And you learned that from The Secret. I remember reading The Secret myself, and then I had the DVD and all of that, and just the principles about manifestation. And literally, that's how I got to where I am. It's just I manifested everything. Like I used to have, like you mentioned that I had stuff written on my wall and
vision boards.
Yeah, like even with the prices of things that it would cost to start a business, to start an LLC, to do this costuming and all of that. I had it all up there. It was just so crazy, and I watched because like my name wasn't always Bjorn. I was born Kali.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kali, she's the Hindu goddess of, life and death and war and stuff like that. So I got her in me. Like, I got her in me. That's where the cliche came from. But I was like, nah. I started I wanted a different life. I wanted something that basically everything in my life was telling me that I couldn't have. You don't have the education. You don't have the background. You don't have the connections. You don't have. And then there was a time in my life where I said, okay, well, if I don't have, I'll go join, other people that do have and learn from them. And, this, that, and the other. And you know what I realized? I was very talented, and usually trying to join them, they wanted to take from me. They wanted me to be the background in their foreground. And then I started to realize, well, if you want me to do this for you, I can do it for you. I can do it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Because if I was like, why can't I work here? Yeah. People were like, oh no, you can work at this gym, at that gym. I was like, I don't want to work at this gym. I want to work here.
Yeah. It's an amazing thing. Like, oh my God. So okay. So you said you're from Springfield, Illinois.
No.
Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Illinois. Guess what? Illinois was my last interview.
Ah, gotcha.
I had 2 today, and I usually
I get it.
I don't do that usually. Before, when I started, I was doing 3 a day, and
right.
One a day. But get this, there's a story. My old computer got hacked. So with my computer getting hacked, I had to move my interviews around.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Until the new one came. So, all right. So you're from the Garden State.
Yes, sir.
What part of the Garden State are you from?
I'm from North New Jersey, right here in the hood. Yeah.
But you're right near New York City.
It's close. It's right there over yonder.
Wait, no, this interests me. This interests me because I remember being in New York City. Like, I would go there for go-sees and castings to be a model when I was really, really young. So what I noticed is they have amazing comic book stores.
Yes.
So that just hit me. I was wondering if you voyaged on the train to New York City to the comic book store.
I remember going to New York City to go look at comic books. I would go to the Toys R Us in Times Square to find all the hottest action figures. And I would be working. I was just like, nah, I gotta go get my stuff. And I would always shop in New York by myself to go get all my little everything. Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Even with you being, quote unquote, a geek, you were on it. You wasn't like you weren't playing. Like, what I hear is a very thoughtful man. Coming even in adolescence, I hear a man that knew what he wanted. See, manifestation is good, but you got to know what you want to manifest. Or else you won't even like there's no barometer. Like, what do you manifest? But you sound very focused, like you know exactly the things that you want. What's your birth sign?
I'm an Aries.
That's why. That's why I'm a Libra. So the opposite of Aries is Libra. We push each other's buttons. We can go real hard with each other, toe to toe.
But the thing about the story because a lot of people ask me, like, why are you so into like action figures?
Yeah. And
the reason why is because when I was younger, I loved He-Man, Masters of the Universe. It was all about I have the power, and I just see that and just like, I want to have the power too, right? My mom would give me all the toys for Christmas. I had everything.
Wow.
So I had so much that some of them had to go into the basement.
Okay.
So one day there was a flood in the basement.
Oh no.
And my grandmother threw them all out.
Oh.
And I was, as a kid, just bawling, crying. I was just like, and I remember this to this day. I was like, when I become an adult, I'm going to get me a job and I'm going to buy them all back.
Oh, but that's right.
I bought them all back.
Oh my.
I have a whole room. I think I have at least like 250.
Wow.
But what's so interesting because I'm like, okay, why is this so important to me, right? Because that space of playing with my action figures and feeling like I can be imaginative and be myself, that was before all the teasing and bullying and stuff like that. So to be in that room, it's not like my safe space.
Yeah.